In the vast tapestry of our world, there are threads of such profound beauty and ancient wisdom that they seem woven by forces beyond our immediate comprehension. These are the places where nature and humanity have not just coexisted, but have danced together through the millennia, creating landscapes of breathtaking splendor and stories that echo through the ages. China, a land of immense scale and staggering diversity, holds many such secrets. We often think of its bustling cities and monumental walls, but hidden within its folds are realms where the earth itself seems to speak, where mountains touch the heavens, and rivers carve pathways through time. I have spent a lifetime observing the intricate wonders of the natural world, but it is in the quiet dialogue between the land and its people that one finds the most compelling narratives. Today, we embark on a journey not just across miles, but through epochs. We will travel to the heart of China's hidden wonders, places where history is not confined to books but is etched into the very stone and soil. These are sanctuaries of both spirit and nature, where ancient ingenuity meets raw, untamed wilderness. It is a world of towering peaks, mystical valleys, and communities that have thrived in harmony with their surroundings for centuries. Join me as we explore these remarkable landscapes, from the misty passes of ancient dynasties to the sacred mountains that have inspired poets and pilgrims alike. We will witness engineering marvels that tamed wild rivers, walk through villages that seem suspended in time, and gaze upon vistas that command a sense of quiet reverence. This is more than a tour of scenic spots. It is an immersion into the soul of a land, a chance to understand the deep, enduring connection between humanity and the planet we call home. Let us begin. Our journey begins on a path trodden by soldiers, merchants, and poets for over 2 millennia, the Jianshu Ancient Road. Here, in the quiet embrace of the Qinling Mountains, history breathes. The very air seems thick with the weight of centuries. This was not merely a road, it was a lifeline, a strategic artery that pulsed with the ambitions of empires. Carved from the sheer rock, it stands as a testament to human determination in the face of an imposing, almost overwhelming, natural world. One can almost hear the clatter of hooves and the murmur of weary travelers echoing from the weathered stones beneath our feet. The road winds its way towards the formidable Jian Pass, a natural fortress that has witnessed countless moments of historical significance. During the turbulent Three Kingdoms period, this pass was a crucible of conflict and strategy. It was here that legendary figures like Zhuge Liang are said to have directed their armies, their decisions shaping the destiny of a nation. To stand here is to feel the strategic importance of the landscape, to understand how the very shape of the mountains could dictate the flow of power and the fate of dynasties. The pass is a silent guardian, its stony gaze having watched empires rise and fall. The natural beauty of this area is as profound as its history. Ancient cypress trees, some believed to be thousands of years old, stand as silent sentinels along the path. Their gnarled branches reach out like wizened arms, having provided shade to generations of travelers. These living monuments have witnessed the passage of time in a way we can scarcely imagine, their rings chronicling droughts, battles, and peaceful centuries alike. They are the living connection between the present day and the distant past, their roots sunk deep into the soil of history. As we move through the Yan Pass scenic area, the landscape unfolds in a series of breathtaking vistas. Waterfalls cascade down moss-covered cliffs, their constant roar a stark contrast to the profound silence of the ancient forests. The sound of the water is the sound of life, a reminder that even in this place so defined by human history, nature's power is the ultimate enduring force. It is a symphony of stone, water, and wood, composed over geological time. The cultural heritage here is not just in the grand tales of generals and emperors, but also in the subtle details. Small shrines tucked away in crevices of the rock speak of the personal hopes and fears of the common people who journeyed this way. They prayed for safe passage, for success in their ventures, for the health of their families. These humble offerings are a poignant reminder that history is not just made by the powerful, but by the countless individuals whose lives intersected with these epic landscapes. The interplay of light and shadow in the deep valleys and along the narrow passes creates an atmosphere of profound mystery. In the early morning, mist clings to the mountainsides, shrouding the ancient road in an ethereal veil. It is easy to imagine how such a place could inspire legends and folklore, tales of spirits and dragons that inhabit these formidable peaks. The landscape itself becomes a character in the human story, influencing not just our actions but our beliefs and our imagination. Walking the Jianshu Road is a meditative experience. Each step connects you to the countless souls who walked it before. You are no longer just an observer, but a participant in a long, unbroken chain of human experience. The physical effort of the journey, the steep inclines, the uneven stones, makes the connection all the more tangible. It is a pilgrimage not to a single shrine, but to the very idea of perseverance and the enduring legacy of our ancestors. And so, as we leave the echoes of Yan Pass behind, we carry with us a deeper understanding of how landscape shapes history. The mountains did not just form a barrier, they created a stage upon which the great drama of human ambition was played out. The Jianshu Ancient Road is more than a relic, it is a living museum, a powerful testament to the indomitable spirit that seeks to connect, to conquer, and to endure within the grand theater of the natural world. From the rugged passes of human history, we now ascend into a realm of myth and spirituality, the Ginyun Immortal Capital Scenic Area. This is a landscape that seems to have been sculpted by a divine hand, a place where the boundary between the earthly and the celestial feels wonderfully thin. The name itself, Immortal Capital, speaks volumes. For centuries, this has been a place of pilgrimage, a sanctuary sought by those in search of spiritual enlightenment, longevity, and a connection to the cosmos. The very atmosphere here feels charged with a serene, mystical energy. The natural beauty of Ginyun is staggering. Towering sandstone pillars, draped in lush vegetation, rise from the valley floor like fingers pointing towards the heavens. These formations, weathered by wind and water over eons, create a labyrinth of peaks and canyons that is both awe-inspiring and deeply intimate. As mist drifts through the valleys, the peaks appear as floating islands in a sea of clouds, a sight that has inspired countless paintings and poems, each attempting to capture a beauty that is almost beyond words. At the heart of this sacred landscape lies the Immortal Temple, a focal point of Taoist worship for over 1,000 years. Nestled amidst the dramatic peaks, the temple does not impose on the landscape but rather seems to be a part of it, an architectural expression of the harmony between humanity and nature that Taoism espouses. The scent of incense hangs in the air, mingling with the earthy fragrance of the damp forest floor. The gentle chime of bells, carried on the breeze, creates a soundscape of pure tranquility. To walk the paths of Ginyun is to engage in a form of moving meditation. The trails wind their way up the mountains, sometimes clinging precariously to cliff faces, other times leading through serene bamboo groves. Each turn reveals a new perspective, a different arrangement of rock, sky, and foliage. The physical act of climbing becomes a spiritual journey, a shedding of worldly concerns with every upward step. It is a process of purification, preparing the soul to receive the wisdom of the mountains. The spiritual value of this place is palpable. It is believed that the unique energy, or qi, of Ginyun is particularly potent, conducive to health, meditation, and the cultivation of inner peace. Generations of monks, hermits, and spiritual seekers have made their homes in these mountains, dedicating their lives to contemplation and the pursuit of immortality, not as an endless life but as a state of profound spiritual attainment and unity with the Tao, the fundamental nature of the universe. The flora and fauna of Ginyun add another layer to its enchantment. Rare medicinal herbs, sought after for their healing properties, grow in the secluded valleys. The calls of unseen birds echo through the canyons, and if one is quiet and patient, one might catch a glimpse of a macaque swinging through the canopy. This biodiversity is an integral part of the area's sacred character, a testament to the life-giving power of this unique environment. As the sun begins to set, the sandstone pillars are set ablaze with a warm golden light. The shadows lengthen, deepening the mystery of the canyons and accentuating the dramatic silhouettes of the peaks. It is at this time, the liminal space between day and night, that the name Immortal Capital feels most appropriate. One feels a sense of timelessness, as if the world of myth and the world of mortals have truly merged. The silence is profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind. Leaving Ginyun, one feels a sense of renewal. The experience is not just about seeing beautiful scenery, it is about feeling it. It is about allowing the serenity of the landscape to seep into your very being. The Immortal Capital is a powerful reminder that there are places on our planet that serve as anchors for the human spirit, places where we can reconnect with a sense of wonder and find a peace that transcends the noise of our daily lives. It is a true sanctuary for the soul. Our journey now takes us into the heart of a unique and vibrant culture, to the 8 Villages Scenic Area. Here, Nestled in the lush green valleys of Guizhou province, we find the Dong people, a community whose identity is inextricably linked to the landscape they inhabit. Their villages are not just collections of houses but intricate social and architectural ecosystems built in profound harmony with the surrounding rivers and hills. It is a world where tradition is not a memory but a living, breathing part of daily life. The most iconic and breathtaking features of this landscape are the wind and rain bridges. These are not merely functional crossings over the region's many rivers. They are architectural marvels and the vibrant heart of community life. Built entirely of wood, without the use of a single nail or rivet, they are held together by an ingenious system of interlocking joints and brackets. These covered bridges, with their multi-tiered towers and elegant sweeping roofs, are a testament to the extraordinary craftsmanship of the Dong people, passed down through generations. Each bridge is a masterpiece, a unique expression of the village that built it. They provide shelter from the sudden downpours of the monsoon season, the rain in their name, and a cool respite from the summer heat, the wind. But their importance goes far beyond the practical. They are social hubs, places where villagers gather to chat, to trade goods, to sing, and to celebrate festivals. They are open-air community centers, where friendships are forged and stories are shared, the floorboards worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. Equally impressive are the Dong's drum towers, which rise majestically from the center of each village. Like the bridges, these are magnificent wooden structures, built with the same nail-less joinery. Historically, the drum at the top of the tower was used to call villagers together for meetings or to warn of danger. Today, they stand as powerful symbols of village unity and cultural identity. To stand at the base of one of these towers and look up at its intricate soaring structure is to feel the strength and resilience of the community it represents. The culture of the Dong people is rich and expressive, particularly in their music. They are famous for their polyphonic choral singing, known as the Grand Song of the Dong people. This is a form of a cappella singing with complex harmonies and melodies that often tell the stories of their history, their myths, and their connection to the natural world. To hear this music, especially when performed on a wind and rain bridge with the sound of the river flowing below, is a profoundly moving experience. It is the sound of a culture in perfect harmony with its environment. Life in the 8 villages is governed by the rhythms of the seasons and the agricultural cycle. The surrounding hills are sculpted into spectacular rice terraces, which cascade down the slopes like giant green staircases. In the spring, the flooded paddies reflect the sky like 1,000 broken mirrors. In the summer, they are a vibrant green, and in the autumn they turn to a rich gold. This agricultural landscape is not just a source of sustenance. It is a work of art, created by generations of human toil, and an intimate understanding of the land. The architecture of the homes themselves, typically 3-story wooden structures, is also designed for this environment. The ground floor is often used to house livestock, the first floor contains the living quarters, and the top floor is used for storing grain. This design cleverly utilizes space and keeps the living areas away from the dampness of the ground. It is a practical, sustainable way of living that has been perfected over centuries. As we wander through these villages, we are welcomed with warmth and curiosity. The Dong people possess a quiet dignity and a deep pride in their heritage. They are living custodians of an ancient way of life, navigating the pressures of the modern world while holding fast to the traditions that define them. In the 8 villages' scenic area, one doesn't just see a culture, one is invited into it. It is a powerful lesson in the beauty of community and the wisdom of living in balance with the natural world. We now travel to the fertile plains of Sichuan to witness an engineering marvel that has shaped both a landscape and a civilization for over 2,000 years, the Dujiangyan irrigation system. In a world where we often associate ancient wonders with tombs and temples, Dujiangyan stands apart. It is a living, breathing monument to human ingenuity, a system so perfectly designed that it continues to function today, nurturing a vast and prosperous region. It is a profound story of understanding and working with nature, rather than attempting to conquer it. Built in 256 BC, the challenge facing its creator, Li Bing, was immense. The Min River, rushing down from the Tibetan Plateau, was prone to devastating annual floods that plagued the Chengdu Plain, while in the dry season, the land suffered from drought. A simple dam was not the answer, as it would block the vital waterways used for military and trade transport. The solution Li Bing devised was one of breathtaking elegance and simplicity, based on a deep observation of the river's natural forces. The core of the system is a series of three interconnected constructions. The first, the Yuzui or fishmouth levee, is a central watershed built in the middle of the river. Its conical head splits the rushing water into an outer and an inner stream. This simple division is the key. The outer stream, wider and shallower, carries away the majority of the floodwater and sediment safely downstream during the high water season. It acts as a natural pressure release valve. The inner stream, narrower and deeper, is diverted towards the Chengdu Plain through the second great innovation, the Baopingku or bottleneck channel. This channel was miraculously cut through the hard rock of a mountain, a monumental feat of pre-industrial engineering. It acts as a check gate, controlling the volume of water that flows onto the plain, ensuring a steady, reliable supply for irrigation without causing floods. The name bottleneck is perfectly descriptive of its function. The third component, the Faishian or flying sand weir, is an overflow spillway that connects the inner and outer channels. This low weir serves a dual purpose. It allows excess water from the inner channel to spill over into the outer channel during floods, providing a further layer of protection. More cleverly, it uses the vortex of the swirling water to skim off much of the remaining silt and sediment, carrying it away into the outer river and preventing the irrigation channels from clogging. It is a self-cleaning system of pure genius. The cultural and spiritual importance of Dujiangyan cannot be overstated. Li Bing and his son were deified for their creation, and the Erwang or Two Kings Temple was built on the hillside overlooking the river to honor them. For millennia, people have come here to pay their respects, not to gods of myth, but to historical figures whose wisdom and foresight transformed their world. It is a celebration of human potential, of science, and of a harmonious relationship with the environment. The entire Dujiangyan tourist area is a testament to this legacy. The Anlan Suspension Bridge, a swaying rope bridge that spans the roaring river, gives one a visceral sense of the water's power. Walking across it with the divided currents rushing below, you can fully appreciate the brilliance of the system's design. The surrounding parks and temples are lush and serene, all sustained by the very river that was once a source of destruction. What is most remarkable about Dujiangyan is its core principle: harness the water by following its nature. Li Bing did not fight the river with brute force. He observed its patterns, understood its energy, and subtly guided it to serve human needs while respecting its power. This philosophy of working in harmony with natural forces is a timeless lesson, perhaps more relevant today than ever before. Dujiangyan is not just an ancient irrigation system, it is a masterclass in sustainable engineering and ecological wisdom. Our journey now leads us into a landscape painted in the most dramatic of colors, the Qishui Dangxia tourist area. Here, nature has acted as a grand artist, carving and coloring a world of breathtaking and unique beauty. Dangxia refers to a specific type of petrographic geomorphology found in China, characterized by spectacular red-colored sandstone formations. In Qishui, this geological phenomenon has created a vast expanse of crimson cliffs, pillars and valleys that feel almost otherworldly. The sheer scale of the Dangxia landscape is difficult to comprehend. It stretches for hundreds of square kilometers, a sea of red rock under a vast sky. Over millions of years, the uplift of the Earth's crust, combined with the erosive power of water and wind, has sculpted the soft sandstone into an incredible variety of shapes. There are towering cliffs that plunge into verdant valleys, natural bridges that span deep gorges, and mushroom-shaped pillars that seem to defy gravity. It is a dynamic, ever-changing environment. Water is the lifeblood and the primary sculptor of Qishui. The area is famous for its thousands of waterfalls, which cascade over the red cliffs, creating a stunning contrast of color and motion. The white spray of the falls against the deep red of the rock and the lush green of the surrounding vegetation is a visual symphony. The Shijiangdong waterfall, one of the largest in the Dangxia region, is a truly magnificent sight, its roar echoing through the valley as a plume of mist rises from its base. This unique environment has given rise to a rich and rare biodiversity. Qishui is home to the Alsophylla spinulosa, a species of tree fern that is a true living fossil. These ancient plants, which flourished during the age of the dinosaurs, have found a perfect sanctuary in the damp, shaded valleys of the Dangxia landscape. To walk beneath their giant, feathery fronds is to feel as though you have stepped back into a prehistoric world. They are a direct, living link to the planet's deep past. The spiritual beliefs associated with this area are deeply connected to the power and mystery of the landscape. The vibrant red color of the rock is often associated with life, energy, and good fortune. For centuries, the local people have seen the divine in the forms carved by nature. Certain rock formations are believed to resemble mythical creatures or deities and have become places of local pilgrimage and worship. The landscape is not just a collection of geological features. It is a sacred text, filled with meaning and power. Exploring the tourist area involves traversing a network of walkways and stairs that guide you through the most spectacular parts of the landscape. These paths allow for an intimate experience with the environment, leading you behind waterfalls, across deep ravines, and to viewpoints that offer staggering panoramas. The journey itself is an adventure, a constant unfolding of new and surprising vistas that reward the effort of the climb. The name Chishui itself means red water. This is because the rivers and streams that flow through the area carry fine red sediment from the sandstone, giving the water a distinct reddish hue, especially after rain. It is as if the very blood of the mountains flows through the landscape, a constant reminder of the geological processes that are at work. The entire ecosystem, from the rock to the water to the plants, is unified by this remarkable mineral palette. The Chishui Dangxia is more than just a scenic wonder. It is a geological masterpiece and a biological treasure trove. It demonstrates the immense creative power of natural forces over geological time. To be here is to be humbled by the scale and beauty of our planet's artistry. It is a landscape that ignites the imagination and inspires a profound sense of awe, reminding us that the Earth itself is the greatest artist we will ever know. We now ascend to the far western reaches of China, to a place of monumental scale and sublime beauty, the premier tourist area in the Pamir Plateau. This is often called the roof of the world, and for good reason. Here, some of the planet's most formidable mountain ranges, the Pamirs, the Karakoram, and the Kunlun, converge in a breathtaking spectacle of rock and ice. This is a land of giants, where the peaks seem to scrape the heavens and the air is thin and crystalline. Our journey here follows one of the most legendary roads on Earth, the Karakoram Highway. This modern marvel of engineering snakes its way through impossibly rugged terrain, tracing the path of the ancient Silk Road. To travel this highway is to be constantly in awe of both the raw power of nature and the tenacity of human ambition. Every turn reveals a new, more dramatic vista of snow-capped peaks, colossal glaciers, and valleys so deep they seem to fall away into the center of the Earth. The cultural richness of this region is as dramatic as its landscapes. This has always been a crossroads of civilizations, a meeting point for Chinese, Tajik, Kyrgyz, and Pakistani cultures. The faces of the people here tell a story of millennia of trade, migration, and interaction. Their warmth and hospitality, offered in one of the world's harshest environments, is deeply moving. Their lives are woven into the fabric of these mountains, their traditions shaped by the high altitudes and the changing seasons. A jewel of the Pamir Plateau is the magnificent Karakul Lake. Lying at an altitude of over 3,600 meters, its name means Black Lake, yet its waters are a dazzling, almost surreal shade of turquoise and sapphire, constantly changing with the light and the angle of the sun. The lake is cradled by a panorama of immense snow-covered mountains, including the towering peaks of Mustag Ata and Kongur Tag, which are reflected perfectly in its placid, mirror-like surface on a calm day. The scene at Karakul Lake is one of profound tranquility and epic grandeur. Kyrgyz nomads graze their herds of yaks and camels along its shores, their yurts dotting the landscape like small white mushrooms. It is a pastoral scene that has remained largely unchanged for centuries. To sit by the shore of the lake, watching the clouds drift across the faces of the mountains, and listening to the gentle lapping of the water, is to experience a sense of peace that is absolute and all-encompassing. The light in the Pamirs has a special quality. Due to the high altitude and clean air, it is intensely bright and clear, making colors appear more vibrant and shadows more defined. Sunrises and sunsets are spectacular events, painting the snow on the peaks in hues of pink, orange, and gold. As night falls, the sky transforms into a celestial wonderland. With no light pollution, the Milky Way blazes across the heavens and the stars seem so close you could almost reach out and touch them. This is a landscape that commands respect. the weather can change in an instant, and the challenges of altitude are very real. It is a reminder of the power of the natural world and our own smallness within it. The people who live here have a deep, instinctual understanding of this power. They live in a state of constant negotiation with the elements, a relationship built on resilience, knowledge, and a profound respect for the mountains that both sustain and threaten them. The premier tourist area is more than a destination. It is an expedition into a different realm of existence. It challenges your physical limits and expands your spiritual horizons. The sheer majesty of the landscape has a way of stripping away the non-essential, leaving you with a clear perspective on what truly matters. It is a journey to the top of the world that ultimately leads you deeper into yourself, leaving an indelible mark on your soul. For our final destination, we descend from the icy peaks into the warm, humid heart of Hunan province, to a place where history and legend are woven into the very fabric of the town, Fenghuang Ancient Town. The name Fenghuang means phoenix, and like the mythical bird, this town seems to have risen from the ashes of time, preserving a beauty and charm that is utterly captivating. It is a living watercolor painting, a perfect fusion of natural scenery and timeless architecture. The town is built along the banks of the Tuo River, its lifeblood and its mirror. The most striking feature of Fenghuang is its Diao Jiao Lu, stilt houses that seem to grow organically from the riverbank. These elegant, dark wood buildings with their gray tiled roofs are supported by slender stilts that hold them aloft over the water. This ingenious design not only protected the homes from floods, but also created a unique and breathtakingly beautiful townscape. Life in Fenghuang moves at the river's pace. Women wash their clothes on the stone steps leading down to the water, their movements a timeless ritual. Fishermen pole their narrow boats along the gentle current, their silhouettes framed against the reflections of the ancient buildings. The sounds of the town are the sounds of the river, the gentle splash of oars, the murmur of water, and the calls of vendors selling their wares from the riverbanks. The legend of the phoenix is central to the town's identity. It is said that two of these mythical birds, symbols of good fortune and resilience, once flew over the town and were so enchanted by its beauty that they were reluctant to leave. The spirit of the phoenix is said to protect the town and its people. This blend of myth and reality infuses Fenghuang with a magical, romantic atmosphere, making it feel like a setting from a classic Chinese tale. As you wander through the narrow, stone-paved alleyways, you are transported back in time. The streets are lined with traditional shops selling local handicrafts, silverware, and ginger candy. The air is filled with the aroma of spicy local cuisine. Every corner reveals a new delight, a hidden courtyard, an ornate temple, or a glimpse of the river between the tightly packed buildings. The town is a labyrinth of history, inviting you to get lost within its ancient embrace. The town is also the former home of celebrated writer Shen Kongwen, whose novels vividly depicted life in this region. His beautifully preserved residence is a place of pilgrimage for literary lovers. Through his words, the soul of Fenghuang was shared with the world, capturing the beauty, hardships, and enduring spirit of its people. The town is not just a collection of old buildings, it is a repository of stories, both real and imagined. At night, Fenghuang transforms. Red lanterns are lit, casting a warm, romantic glow over the entire town. Their light shimmers on the dark surface of the river, creating a scene of almost impossible beauty. Many of the riverside bars and tea houses come alive with music and laughter. To take a boat ride on the river at night, drifting beneath the illuminated bridges and stilt houses, is an unforgettable, almost dreamlike experience. Fenghuang Ancient Town is a testament to the enduring power of beauty and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. It shows how a community can live in intimate harmony with its natural surroundings, creating a place that nourishes both the body and the soul. Like the mythical bird for which it is named, Fenghuang is a symbol of rebirth and timeless elegance, a perfect, poetic end to our exploration of China's hidden wonders. Our journey through China's hidden landscapes has come to an end, but the echoes of what we have seen and felt will surely linger. From the ancient stones of the Yanshu Road to the mythical glow of Phoenix Town, we have witnessed the extraordinary results of the long and intricate dance between humanity and the natural world. These are not just places of scenic beauty, they are living libraries, holding the accumulated wisdom of generations who understood that survival and prosperity come not from domination but from harmony. They are a testament to our species' creativity, resilience, and deep-seated spiritual yearning for connection. In each location, we found a different expression of this profound relationship. We saw ingenuity in the face of overwhelming natural forces at Dujiangyan, artistic community in the bridges of the Dong people, and spiritual reverence in the misty peaks of Ginyun. These places remind us that history is not a separate subject, but is all around us, in the mountains, the rivers, and the very structures we build. They teach us that our heritage is as much a part of the natural ecosystem as the trees and the stones. They are a source of immense pride, but also a great responsibility. As we return from these realms of wonder, let us carry their lessons with us. The world is full of such places, sanctuaries of beauty and wisdom that are becoming increasingly fragile. Their preservation is not just about protecting a view or an old building, it is about protecting the very soul of our shared human story. By seeking out, understanding, and cherishing these hidden wonders, we not only enrich our own lives but also honor the enduring connection that binds us to our planet and to each other across the great expanse of time.